Okay.
A very warm good evening to all of you. Welcome to the 201st session of Centaur's webinar series for teachers. I hope all of you are keeping safe and staying healthy. The topic for today's webinar is nurturing global citizenship skills among students. And the facilitator for this session is Miss Shubhangi Arya. Very good evening to you, ma'am. And a very warm welcome to you for this 201st session. So before I hand over the session to Shubhangi ma'am, a brief introduction about our facilitator today. Miss Shubhangi Arya is a German language teacher with experience in teacher training, skill education, and curriculum development. She is keen in saving the environment and believes that education plays an important role in this. She has created a training curriculum as per the guidelines of UNESCO and being a part of UNESCO APCEIU mentorship program, she has created SDG curriculum for teachers and students. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Before I hand over the session to our facilitator, Ms. Shubhangi Arya, I would like to inform all the teacher participants that they will receive participation certificates for the session. So please do fill out the feedback form that will be shared with you towards the end of the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Harsha, ma'am. Okay. Good evening, participants. I hope you all are doing well and thank you for joining this webinar. So, as you can see, that today we have the topic on nurturing global citizenship skills among students. So, in this webinar, we are going to learn how can we start global citizenship education in our classroom. If some of you have also joined my previous week workshop webinar, so you last week I have did a webinar about being a responsible citizen, right? So that was for national citizen. But this week I'm going to do a webinar on global citizenship. Okay, so if any one of you has joined this week, I would really like to appreciate and would like to tell you to join last week also. Please have a look, so you will have better understanding between, then you can work better with, building national responsible citizen and global citizen. Okay. Okay, so let me start. So I would like to start with two questions. I will first tell you the first question, and I would like to know your answers. Okay. So my first question is, who are the global citizens? So teachers, participants, what do you think? Please give me the response in the chat. According to you, who are the global citizens? And Harsha ma'am can help us to know. Harsha ma'am.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. Uh, we need to give them 1 or 2 minutes time, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Vandana ma'am says a person who is social, 21st century learners who think globally.
Hmm.
Our students are the global citizens. We are the global citizens. Those who make their presence made all across the world. All of us, our students, the children, we all, as we are living in global village, someone who is aware of and understands the wider world and their place in it. The world in a village is a village, and we are all connected. Global citizens are someone who is adoptable worldwide, responsible children, global thinkers, citizens of more than one country, who care and take responsibility of the world as a whole, having growth mindset. A person is ready to learn global, world over, people living and who connect with each other, so on, ma'am. The list continues.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay, ma'am, please be here. I have another question also. Okay, ma'am. So my next question is, why do we need global citizen education? Why do we need it? If as an educator, if you have to choose this topic to teach or to introduce in your classroom, what and which with which uh, thought process you will start with it. What will be your thought? How would you like to introduce, or maybe why do you feel that it is an important topic to share with the student, or introduce, or start implementing it in the classroom with subjects or anything, or maybe any classroom activity. So please do share your thought. What do you think about why do we need global citizen education?
Prabha ma'am is telling to promote harmony in the world, for a world to be a better place to live in, to prepare the future towards advancement, to understand culture of each other and respect. Our children can accommodate globally. Students can excel globally, to be at par with other students across the world, to feel free and responsible citizen, ma'am, so that our children feel the same everywhere in the world, to connect one's good methods and techniques with others. Then for the betterment of our world, together we can achieve more. So we need to work as a unit globally, solve global
Okay.
issues, to thrive in a changing world. Yes, ma'am, the list goes on.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I'm very happy, after listening to your answers, and I am very happy that you all are very much clear about this topic. So, what do you think? I have heard all your thoughts, all your points. Who are the global citizen? Why do we need global citizen education? So, first, I would like to answer you. Who are the why? What is global citizenship? And we will get the answer from somewhere around from our own roots. So my answer will be Vasudev Kutumbakam. This is a very this quotation has been come up from Upanishad. So this is the meaning of this Vasudev Kutumbakam is the whole world is one family. So from our own roots we are getting to we have a culture that whole world is our family, you know so this is how I believe that in India, if the teachers are from India, so you can all share the global education skills or global education introduction with this quotation Vasudev Kutumbakam. So I believe the students can relate it better than some other thing. And along with that, you must have seen, I have also shared G20 picture. If you know that this year our country is representing G20. And many of you, I believe many of you are from CBSE schools, okay? And CBSE has G20 has many good activities for the students to get to know about it, to understand. So you can also visit to the CBSE website to check out and see, or maybe in the G20 website, just check it and find out there are various activities for the students which can help them to understand how to understand the concept of Vasudev Kutumbakam. So let me, and I have also seen, when I was checking up the messages, that some of the teachers have also shared the same quotation, Vasudev Kutumbakam. So I was very happy, but I was quiet because I want to share this in my next slide. Okay, so I am going to take this forward, the same topic, Vasudev Kutumbakam. You must be having, okay, is it enough for us, you know, in front of the class, just share with them what is global education or what is global citizenship, right? You just tell it's Vasudev Kutumbakam, and the meaning is the whole world is one family. I believe that this is not only enough, but along with the activities, along with the more description, students can understand the meaning of it. you know so let's learn that. How can we start? I will just give you few pointers. So from those pointers you can start, or maybe introduce this topic, or maybe you can also take the help from G20 activities for the students, for the school students. Okay, so why is Vasudev Kutumbakam important in education? The principle of Vasudev Kutumbakam offer a roadmap to a better future, promoting unity, cooperation, and mutual respect. as we all know that our Indian culture is so much liberal and so much kind that we always accept other people also. We are accepting our nature, we are accepting the God, everything, right? And along with that, we are also accepting each one of the part of the world. This is how we need to help students, help children to understand. And I believe that if we start from our own roots, from our own identity, it will be better for the students to connect. you know it's okay, we can find out various international activities, this will also touch upon. But it's very very important for the students to understand the things from their own country, from their own roots. I believe that there must be some teachers also, those who are from outside India. I truly think that I truly believe that your country must be having something. Or maybe if you would like to take this example as an example, not you need to follow the same thing. Maybe as an example you can also describe that. So this is my point about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and what is the importance, why is it important. And I would really like you, teacher, please, when you will share this, also tell the students to search about Upanishad. What is Upanishad? From where this quotation has come? So please give them the research work also, or maybe you can also research it and give them some idea or some introduction, and later on they can do some more research on their own, or maybe they can build up one small project about it. From where this quotation has come, and why Maha is important. What is the use of Maha? Okay, so let's come to our next slide. Who are global citizens? Let's come to the skills now. How? What are the skills which develops the global citizenship among the students? First is think critically. The students, those who can think critically, they can find out the solutions even in any wrong phase, or maybe any kind of situation where the things are very difficult, and they are able to find out the solution, they are able to think critically. This is a very important thing. Develop mindfulness, understanding, and having the idea how to behave, how to live, how to respond, how to I have seen, nowadays today's generation has become little bit impatient, and they get little bit, they get irritated very easily. But we need to we need to make ourselves calm, and still that even so much storm is going inside us, but still we need to be calm, and we need to behave or respond in a good manner. So how to generate the mindfulness, grow as a leader? I can say, today's in 21st century, leadership skill is one of the important skill. It is important for the students as well as for everyone. We should all start working on our leadership skills. It's very very important. Get involved in local, national and global communities. You need to develop your connections. Maybe you can start with local things. It could be anything, any NGO, any animal shelter, any orphanage, or any old age home, or any kind of activity, or any society based activity. Maybe you are living in a society and you have any cultural activity or any responsible activity. You can also encourage students to be a part of that local community. In a local base you have, or maybe in your city base you have some event, right? So they can also be a part of that. They should learn how to handle the things, how to handle the crowd. They should know, but with mindfulness, with calmness. Okay. And national and global communities. So these are the ways we can let them understand the value, and let them, and also help them to connect with the communities, with the different types of communities. We should not start immediately with the global thing. I can say, for the beginners who are all, maybe when the students are very young, or you are starting the topic, or you are introducing this topic in the very first time, please don't start immediately with the global things. I would really suggest start with the small, so maybe school based thing, or maybe in their own home, at their own home, or in their own city. You, as a school, you can just get collaborated any in your city. You have in anyone, maybe any NGO who are working with the students, with the poor students in their education, or maybe in the health sector. Some are, any NGO or any organization is working for with the poor people. You can just let them be a part of that. I can say, one of a very good collaboration, community collaboration you can do in your city is that you just contact with any NGO who works with poor children. And you, not very small children, but maybe I believe middle school or senior secondary school children can work, they can understand. Okay, so please let them go there and help the students to learn together, help them to teach. Maybe the students are in grade 11 or maybe in grade 12. Let them go in those NGOs and help the younger children to teach them about some maths topic, about science, about English. I have seen, I also go to NGOs which provide education to poor children. I have seen, those children have so much passion of learning. They have so much passion, especially to learn a language like English. They're always very curious and they always like to speak in English. So I believe that, if you are sending your students to them, they will be so happy. And what kind of love and affection you will get from those children, it's a memory, it's a wonderful memory and wonderful experience for you, for the teachers and for the students also. And they can also, understand that, as we know that in our country we have so much division from rich people and poor people, and this has to be in a neutral base. And interaction with all the community, all the status people is very, very important. Yeah. So I hope you all are able to understand and you all agree. I would like to know from these all points, these all 4 points, which points you would like to introduce in your classroom, or maybe how would you like to introduce in your classroom? Maybe you would like to share any one of the skill, or maybe you would like to talk about it, or maybe you have any another idea, right? Please do let me know in the chat. uh, Harsha ma'am, can you help me?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, ma'am.
Yes.
I think you can just repeat the question, ma'am, for the
Okay.
in the interest of participants.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, I would like to know, like, now I have shared few points with you about global citizen. Who are the global citizen? And you are also willing to start the introduction or maybe the education and to build up a global citizen skills in your students. So, which one you would like to share, or which one you, maybe you have any other idea from where you want to start, and which skill or maybe which topic you would like to start. So please do share with me.
Ma'am, most of the teacher participants are telling all the four. Few of
Okay.
them they are telling develop mindfulness. Yeah, get involved in global communities. Thinking critical. Few of them they are telling thinking critically and develop mindfulness. Uh, yeah, get involved in global communities.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone is telling the last point. Most of them they are going for all the fours, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Okay, one more question I forgot to ask you, teachers, about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Any one of you have talked about it in the classroom? Have you just shared about it, or maybe when our country has started the G20 summit, did you also and most of the cities having the G20 summit in their own place? So when it happened in your state, in your city, did you discuss with your students? And I would like to know, if you have did it, how was their how was their reaction? Were they very much interested in this topic? Are they really like to be a part of this global community? Is there something like that? Did you find out any kind of excitement in them about getting to know that our country is party is is in G20? it's hosting the G20 summit and how it's happening. And we have Vasudev, and such a wonderful quotation is there, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Did you found something very exciting in the students? If you did that, or maybe you shared about it, please do let me know how you did it. Did you conducted any kind of activity, or maybe any kind of introduction? Please do share with me that also. I would like to know. Yes, Harsha ma'am, can you please read the
Yes,
comments for
ma'am.
me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Most of them are telling like they have conducted in their own. They have explained or they have told in their class to the students, ma'am. So we discussed in the assembly. One of the teachers says. Then Sunanda ma'am says she's participated in G20 quiz. Then Seema ma'am says that students prepared beautiful paintings on this phrase, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Then poster making on this, Gunjan ma'am is telling. Then Poonam ma'am says they were all enthusiastic to participate in this event, ma'am. Then Dola ma'am says, yes, we did had several activities. We conducted introductory sessions followed by quizzes, group discussions, TED talk by students. That's what she says, ma'am.
Okay.
Poster making competition. Yeah, all the students were excited in participating in this event, ma'am.
Oh, very nice. I believe that now you can introduce or more deeply about this. Why is it important? Cooperation, mutual respect, and promoting unity. Now you can take these topics along with this, and I'm so happy. Most of the students already know about it, and you have already introduced this. So now this is a point to just go a little bit more deep down and discuss more and let them know. Start with this Vasudev Kutumbakam and start their own global citizen, becoming a global citizen journey, right? Okay, now let me start with another. Yeah, here. So my next topic is why global education is important. Ready for future challenges. As you know that we are going to face many challenges in today. Now if we talk about this year, we are facing recession. We have in the various places war is happening. In various places, countries are facing financial issues due to the recession, due to some bank corruption or something. So many reasons are there. The world is facing so many challenges. So we need to make our students ready for this, because we don't know what will be the situation after 5 years, what will be the situation after 10 years. We also don't know what will be the new jobs, because there are various 21st century jobs are going to be started, and it has been saying that which the traditional jobs are not going to be, they will replaced by new jobs like data science, AI, and so many, and AI is also there, you know so we need to be make our students ready for the future. If it is any kind of optimistic future, or maybe for the challenges, we need to make them ready from now. Okay, be with global mindset. Global mindset, what happened is, I have seen various time children doesn't know. Okay, they know about few countries. They know about USA. They know about the countries, those who play football, those who plays cricket, but they don't know they those are the very popular countries. There is another world also. There are so many countries, there are so many cultures, so many languages, so many people are there. They should also understand they are also a part of it. So we need to help them to start with a global mindset, with an equal mindset. It is not that only one country is very good and we should only think about that. We should think about everyone, and we should also think about those places, those countries also. Those are developing. India is also a developing country, and along with that there are many countries, those who are really trying hard to develop. We should also know about them. And if we can help or any promote, because as we know that India is always helping. If anywhere any kind of disaster is happening or something happening, India is the first country who always help everywhere. So we need to learn that our country is so kind to everyone. We also need to learn the kindness to for everyone, and always have a helping hand in our country and outside our country also. Accept diversity, cultures, and languages. As I says, that what is happening is that people know English. I know English is a world language. English is very much required if you're going to any global community or maybe global platform, right? For a workshop or any kind of webinar, you need to have a English. English is mandatory. But English is the only language or Hindi is the only language? No. Every country has their own culture, as I said, own culture, own diversity. Children should also know that how beautiful is other countries are. If I talk about Europe, you know we only if I talk about Europe, people only knows Russia, they know England, they know Ireland, Germany, only the popular country, or maybe Portugal, Spain, because these countries are playing football, and England is a country which plays cricket, and Russia is always a friend of. I mean, it's always popular. So people only know about few countries in Europe. But what about other countries? They also have their own diversity. They also have their own culture. In South America, so much culture is there, so many diversity is there, so many tribal communities there, as well as in Africa, as well as in Australia and Africa, they have their own tribal community, and they are so rich and nature based. I always promote indigenous people and always teach about indigenous people, how well they are linked and linked with the nature, how great protector they are, nature protector they are. We should also teach our students from them, right? Respect for nature, again, the same thing. Respect for nature, it is also very important. Now our world is also facing climate challenge, climate change challenge. So children should know how to respect the nature, how to align with the nature. In ancient time, if I talk about 100 years back or 200 years back, these things, sustainability and climate change and so on, so was not the part of anywhere. Nobody was discussing about it, because people were living a simple life, and they are having a life, they are already in the sustainability. They don't need to get taught. They are living. It was their own way of living, aligning with nature, always respecting the plants. If I talk about our culture, we have, we also respect plants. We also pray, we also pray to the plants. This is all to respect how important they are. It is just showing the respect and showing that if they are not there, that our life will be so much in hurdle. So we need to teach our students how to respect the nature, how to allow. And I always say, if you want to learn, please take the examples of tribal people, indigenous people. You can take first from your own country. We also have various tribes in India, and they are working so well. I mean, whenever I see them, how much aligned. I have seen so many northeastern tribal people. I mean, they are so much, everything they have started with. They are taking everything from the nature, and they are utilizing it. They are using it in a very careful manner. Even, I get to know in various tribal people in India, that before cutting a tree, they used to ask the tree, and if the tree says no, they don't cut it. This is how the respect is. This is how the alignment with the nature is. So we need to help our students to get to know about these things also. Okay, so let me come to the next slide. Okay, so yeah, before starting with another one, uh, if in any one of the, I have shared 4 points with you. Do you also share, or maybe you are also working any one of them, or maybe better than that? Your students are also working. Are they also getting in any kind of work, nature, preserving nature, or maybe cultural work, or any diversity work, or maybe any global community work is something you have started, or maybe your school has started, or you are planning about started. How are you doing about it? I would like to know. Please do share with me. And Harsha ma'am, can you please help me to know the answers?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Ma'am, if you could repeat the question again, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. I'm asking that I have shared 4 points with you about why global education is important. I would like to know maybe any one of the points you would like to share. I mean, maybe you like to introduce in your classroom, or any one of you have already introduced this topic. So please do let me know your ideas or your thoughts about this point, why global education is important, and if you are choosing any one of them, if you're going to choose any one of them.
Yes, ma'am. They say preserving nature. Another teacher says a community outreach program. Yes, we have started with ECP club. Then asking the kids to plant saplings on their birthdays.
Okay.
Uh, yes, ma'am. A pet plant project ready for future challenges. We have eco club. Then Namrata ma'am says, I organized an people and appraise the children on who they are. Uh, yes, ma'am. Prabha ma'am says, yes, our students are working for the environment. Shaumila ma'am says, water conservation program. It helps in adaptability, vegetable propagation, zone, then sapling plants, vigilance awareness, eco rally, etc.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Eco club.
thank you
Most
so
of
much.
them are, yeah, based on like their answers are on eco club or eco this thing, ma'am, on that topic. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Along with that, when I was listening your answers, I was also get an idea. I would like I have wow, Harsha ma'am has told me that most of you have started with the eco club, right? Planting more trees or working with the environment. I would like to know. I would like to just give you a suggestion. Maybe you all would like to take it forward. My first suggestion is please share about the tribal people, indigenous people in India. You can start from India and help the students to get the idea from there, how they are how they are aligned with the nature, because as much as they are getting the idea from the original people, the people those who are always with the nature, those who are you know along with mother nature, from if they get the ideas from there, they will understand the concept more, they will understand the meaning of that more. This is very important. And just now I got one more idea about it, that I got to know about hunting of the elephants and rhinos, right? For the rhinos, for their horns, and for elephant, it's banned now, but still it's happening. So I we would also like to share all these issues with the students. Why the why are the animals are getting endangered? Why is it like that? And what can we do about it? Can we start a blogging? Can we start a kind of article to making people aware about it? We can we can say, oh, they are wild animal, they are not here, what can we do about them? But creating awareness or making a list of endangered species, endangered animals in our country, or maybe outside the world, we make start making it, start making children, spread the awareness, make them as your ambassador, make them as your volunteer. For that, when they will start working, it will, the thing is, what I understand is, the time they will not understand the value, they will not understand the exact meaning and how much useful is it, and the love and affection, when they will start finding the love and affection in that time, they will be more enthusiastic and they will do it from their heart. It should not be done just for a sake, my school is saying, my teacher is saying, or maybe it's a project my friends are doing, so I also have to be a part of it. No, this is my duty. I have to be on. I have to do it. This I want to do. Ma'am, this is my topic and I'm going to work about on it. Ma'am, this is my idea. Or, sir, this is my idea. I'm going to do this. I want to spread the awareness about it. I want to share this thing with my classmates. I want to do this, this thing in my school. I want to show that this is what I got to know. And this is so important for us to know. It should be like that. Let them spread, let them share, let them make the volunteers for the awareness, right? So that is why I want to do this. That is why I wanted you to please go and create the excitement, create the ventures in them, that they should start searching by themselves as their own task, you know. Okay, so let me go to another slide now. Okay, so now let's come to UNESCO. What UNESCO say about GCED? GCED is again the Global Citizenship Education. So, what UNESCO says, UNESCO has put put this domain with three skills. One is cognitive, behavioral, and socio-emotional. Cognitive, you can also work, yes. If you want to add on the skill based, right, you can also add on, like cognitive. You can start something, knowledge and thinking skills. Plan some activities, plan some any group project or any kind of research work which helps students to build up their cognitive skill, like building knowledge and thinking skills. Then behavioral skill, practical application and engagement. As I have seen, that many of you are doing, you have the eco club. Some of you are planning, or maybe you are doing, collaborating with NGOs. So let them start with a practical application, what you are teaching in the class and what the expectation you want from them to collaborate and learn, right? That has to be done in a practical and engaging manner. They should be engaged. So this is how you can work in the behavioral skill and social emotional values, attitude, and social skills. As I said, let them know, let them value why are they doing it. If they want to, and see, global citizenship has so many topics. We will cover that in our next slides. And tell them the topics and let them decide where do you want to go, which one you want to do, and that will be your domain, that will be your expertise, where you want to expertise. First, let them start with cognitive skill, then start with social emotional and behavioral. Social emotional behavioral can go together. You can just make them values and attitudes, and maybe cognitive and social emotional can go together, but behavioral should be done in a another way, because in a separate way, because practical application should be done in a separate way. This is what I feel. So, in social emotional skill, you can just start putting values, attitude, and social skill. Attitude means nowadays, people are taking attitude in a very different way, but attitude in a right way. Attitude for the goodness, attitude for the values, attitude for saving the environment, the correct attitude, right? Respecting the diversity, respecting the cultures, respecting the languages, and eagerness to learn the languages, Indian languages or any foreign languages. Start making them, eagerness to learn for a correct attitude, for a learning attitude. And with social skills, generally, people are so shy. I have seen, if they see any person who is from another country outside India, people always feel so shy. Oh, how can I speak, how can I do, how can I say hi, how can I help, you know so let them also be, let them be also okay with having a socializing, how to talk. If there is any another student has come from another country, let them be, how they can collaborate, how can they talk to them. So let them remove their hesitation with the social skills. So I believe from these three skills you can start working. Okay, you can also take this idea. You can also take another ideas from the different slides. So it's up to you which one, how would you like to start? You want to start with the skills, you want to start with the concepts, you want to start with the topics. It's up to you now. Okay. So let me go to another slide now. Okay. Topics for GSET learning. Again, we have said, global leadership, interdependence. Interdependence, when one country is dependent to another country. Why is it important? Because when we understand, okay, I want this, okay, I want the cotton product from India. If any country wants the cotton product from India, they will always would like to have a friendly relationship. Okay, I want the cotton, and I will give you this. I have a good fruits in my country. I will give you the fruits, and you give me the cotton products from your country. So this is how we can also have a business. This is also good for the business, because entrepreneurship is also increasing in our country. Make in India, or all these things made in India is so much in hype now. So interdependence will also help. And when you will start exploring about the international manner about each country, or maybe in a monthly basis, you can also choose one continent. Maybe you choose South America, right? Choose one country. For example, you choose Colombia. Okay, this month we have we have a continent which is South America or Latin America. What are the seas? Caribbean Sea, or maybe within South, I mean, which sea? South America is in which sea? And how, what is the culture? And I, from this continent, I'm choosing the country Colombia. Now we will get to know about Colombia. What is the language? What is the currency? What is the capital? How many people are there? How people lives there? So start maybe monthly basis. You can also start with the introduction of each country, and tell them what is the best thing in that country. What is the best in Colombia? Or maybe in Australia. What is the best thing in Australia? Or maybe in Africa. Find out a country and discuss with them. So interdependence, or maybe entrepreneurship, having a business thing or having a delegations, this can help them. Children should know what is the quality of another country, what is the speciality for the another country. Social justice, it's also important. We should always understand that children should also understand, if something is happening in another country, any kind of disaster is happening, or any kind of war is happening, we should always feel that we should help people. And nowadays, because due to war and everything, so many refugee people are there. We should help them. We should start doing some kind of, we should also start thinking about social justice, how to give the justice to the people if something wrong is happening to any country. So start building with that. Also start with problem solving. I believe that social justice for the younger children is quite little bit tricky. So you can start with problem solving. If you find any, just take out one topic from any country those who are facing, and just discuss with that with your students, and ask them, this is the conflict, or maybe this is the issue, maybe hunger issue, conflict issue, any kind of civil war issue, any kind of issue is happening, or maybe education, or maybe any disease issue is happening in that country. What children thinks about it, or any war situation is there, what they can do for the justice, what they think, how the justice can be made, how the peace can be made there, right? So this is how, from ideas and sharing and discussion, you can just share, you just introduce and just get to know about these topics to your students. And again, now, conflict resolution, because as I said, it's a very important thing. As you can see, that various countries are facing challenges, and our world is on top of so much hot things, hot discussions are happening among different countries, and so much war situations are happening. Some countries are willing to do something, some are already doing. So how to resolve the conflicts and how to prevent them? It should not be happen. It is only going to destroy us. War is always going to destroy us. So as a 21st century learners, how they can help as a global citizen, how they can help into that, how they can help to resolve any conflict, how to resolve any war, any kind of injustice, or how to resolve, how they can help out in a global manner. Okay, so let me come to the next topic now. Topics for GSET, the same. I'm just taking it forward. The next is diversity. getting to know about more diversity. As I given you one example, take one continent, and from that continent itself, one country, it's very important. Why is it helpful when you choose one top continent, and from that continent itself, that particular country, it will take two things they will learn like this. First, they will get to know about the continent, and in that particular continent, we have that country. Show in the map where this is the map of South America, and here is Colombia. Teach them the map also. Where is it? So they should know, they should be aware where is. And then tell them the diversity, then tell them the culture, then tell them these are the basics. They start with point to point. That is why I said one continent or one country in a month, and just explore that country in a good manner, that children should can they can learn. If you ask any question, they can they can give the answer. They can just describe that they have seen, they went to that country and they know about it. It should be like that. A virtual travel, a virtual tour. Or maybe you can also collaborate. You can find out any school in Colombia or maybe any other country which can those can speak English, and you can have a conversation, an interaction with them. Then value education. What are the values? How to develop values in our life, right? What could be the and building values along with the education. Till now what is happening is, in our education we are teaching our students what do you want to become, how much money you want to earn, but less and less the values are adding in the education. Now it's a time to add on values in the education also. Values could be two types. One, what is the value of doing any subject? What will I be doing with if I learn math? What I'm going to do in the future? This could be also value. But there is another value, which is ethical value. So we need to integrate the ethical values also in our classroom. Okay, then human rights. Yeah, human rights. That what are our, as United Nations and UNESCO base, what internationally, what are the rights for each human? What we are supposed to do and what we are not supposed to do. If something happened to us, how can we take the action about it? Children should know about it. They should know about the rights internationally also. If they go to any other country, they are going to any country from outside India, where they should contact, how they should go if something happened, if they need help, where they should go, how they can contact to Indian embassy outside the country, right? So rights also, human rights. Then again, last one very important topic, sustainable development goals. This you can also do. We have 17 goals, and every month you can just introduce them one goal, give them the work, give them the task, and make them. You can sustainable development is very good for all three skill: cognitive, behavioral, and social emotional. Just teach them with these skills, and make them aware how they can develop the sustainability. And along with that, you are Indian teacher, you are from any other country, please find out the solutions within your roots, right? First, just introduce our own cultural roots, our own cultural sustainability. Then go with some international way. They should also know which plant is very good for carbon dioxide, or maybe, I mean, which can prevent more, which can give more oxygen, which can help to reduce the pollution. So they should know. There are various plants. Those have the air purification. Let them also know about it. And in our own ancient culture, we will also get to know various ideas to to live a sustainable life. Okay, so I would like to know from you all teachers, which topic you would like to start. Would you like to work with skill based? You would like to take any topic from this list? How would you like to take that? How would you like to take global citizenship education, or maybe any human rights or value education? How would you like to integrate? And Harsha ma'am can tell us what is the answer from what the teachers are giving, writing in the chat. Harsha ma'am, can you please help me to read the answer?
Yes, ma'am. They say value education through diversity and sustainable development goals. Yeah, most of them they are telling sustainable development, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. Any one of
Few
you
of them
also would
say
like to
all.
yeah, okay, all. Any one of you also like to inculcate skills, either UNESCO skills, cognitive, behavioral, or social emotional skills, along with the GCED education?
Ma'am, they are telling value based, ma'am. Human rights also.
Okay,
Yeah, most of them are telling, I mean, they're going with value based, ma'am.
okay, okay, okay. Okay, thank you, teachers, for your comments. Let us get back to our topic and continue that with our topic. Okay, so next is teaching global citizenship in the classroom. Okay, so let me quickly introduce these points. Like assign a globally minded projects. Globally minded, as I said, if you want to develop global citizenship among your students, then you need to frame the projects and introduce the projects in a global mindset, okay? And volunteer. Give them volunteer works which will help them to get to know about the outside, the people, the culture, and the work outside the country. Go to an international festival. It is not, I mean, I can say this is not possible for everyone, but if any one of your student can able to go there, or maybe get any scholarship or any, but there are various scholarships for the students also. So please let them also get to know, is there, what are the international festivals are happening, or maybe any one of them would like to join, or maybe anyone can also be a part of virtual. There are various virtual international festivals are also happening. You can also be a part of that. So let them know, let them find out, or you can also introduce them. Okay, in this country, this international festival is happening. Let's get to know about it. So introduce them also. Start a cultural awareness club. Host a cultural day at the school. That is what I said, that every month take a continent, take a country, and discuss about it. So you can also take this ahead with the club, starting with the club or hosting any cultural day. Maybe, for example, in your school, you have foreign languages in your school, right? Ask your teacher to create a seminar for that cultural event, or maybe their independence day, or in their any festival day in the school, and celebrate it with the students, with the that's those who are learning that language, as well as with other students also, so they can understand. Okay, in this country this is how this happened, okay, this is how this happened in this place. So just introductory for a cultural day, just a small introduction thing. Okay, then participate in global dialogues. Yes, there are various organizations, those who are giving chances to school students to participate in the dialogues. They have various topics like human rights, peace, resolving the conflict, SDG goals, and they are giving free of cost chances to the students to log in to just a virtual conversation with other students from other countries like Mexico. They just give, maybe Nigeria, Australia. They just give a link to various countries, to various school teachers, and teacher or maybe school need to participate in that, and they are able to, you know, then the students can be able to participate in the global dialogues. There are various countries' children, and they are sharing their thoughts. This is the topic, for example, human rights or value education, or maybe 21st century skill, and they're discussing about it, what they think, how it should go. If I talk about human rights, that what are the points, what are the essential points for the human rights, how can we resolve the conflicts in the world, how can we work on the climate change with together, with everyone together, how can we do that? This is also a good point to start, interaction, global interaction with the students. and start sustainable goals projects, international school collaboration. Again the same thing. Nowadays, various schools from different countries are willing to have collaboration with Asian countries or maybe African countries. I have seen many European schools, those who would like to be collaborate with Indian schools, maybe Asian schools, African schools, and they would like to know how the Indian education system and British education system is happening, and discussion, and getting to know more about. Or sometimes they also have the same, like for example, if in India they're having any SST topic, and the same topic they are also having in their school. Sometimes they also share their projects. They also take the idea and they work together in a virtual manner. Then global events. Hosting global events in your country, this is going to be very easy when you're having participation in global dialogues, or you have international school collaboration from different countries. Then it's very easy to host and doing all these things in your school and starting in your classroom. Okay, so this is what I would like to share in today's webinar. And I would like to know, thank you so much for participating, teachers. And please share your best takeaways, which one you would like to take back to your school. And if you have any question to ask, you can ask me now. Just write down in the chat, and Harsha ma'am can help me to know about the question.
Yes, ma'am. We'll wait for a minute, ma'am, for
Yes,
the teachers to type in their questions or clarifications.
yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, there are a lot and lot of appreciation for your session, ma'am. They are
Thank
telling
you.
it was very enriching and wonderful session. Ma'am, there is a query by Richa, ma'am. How can
Yes,
we
ma'am.
interact with global interact? How can we interact globally on any platform?
Yes, ma'am. I would really like you please search about it. There are various organizations which can help. You can just search about them, send an email that you are willing to do that. And most, I would really suggest you please go to those organizations, those who are giving free of cost. There are various organizations internationally, like global awareness something. I got to know some. I don't know exactly, don't remember the organization name, but there are various organizations, those who are giving the chance. So you just search about it and send them the email, and tell them that we are willing to do, or maybe we are willing to start the dialogue session, or maybe collaborative. Just get to just search about the in the website what the things they are doing, what the work they are doing with the students in global manner. So you can do it like this also.
Thank you for the reply, ma'am. Anuradha ma'am is asking, ma'am, can you please share a simple activity for the primary kids?
Okay, so for the primary crits, we can start with just sharing about the countries, getting to know about the countries. This you can start with just introduce them the map, introduce with the map, introduce them with the countries, or maybe the continents. Or if you would also like to go ahead, you can also start sharing about the sustainability. You can also start with about 21st century skills. What are the 21st century skills, right? So with these small topics, you can start working with your primary children. I believe that grade 1 2 are a little younger for that. So you just start with in a very slow manner. But grade 5 and 4 and 5 students, they can understand about the countries. They can. And for the sustainable development, if you would like to start with the grade 1 and 2 children, then don't go ahead exactly what are the goals, what are the things. Just tell them, if it is about climate change, okay, what is happening, just narrate them in a story manner, so they can interact, they can give their own suggestions. Don't load them, okay, this is the goal, this is what, this is this. No, just tell them, see how much you know cyclones are coming, the how much the hot weather is, why is it happening, why so much hot, what we are having so much, we are facing so much weather change, why we are not, why the rivers are drying, why this is happening. So just introduce them in a very simple manner and in a story way, that they can understand, they can interact, they can connect with that. So this is what I can suggest, ma'am, for now. Okay, is there any other question? So please do let me know.
Yes, ma'am. There is. We can take up the last question, ma'am. How can we incorporate a GCED in senior classes?
Senior classes, then it's very easy. Senior classes, because they are already grown up children and they can pick any topic, they can understand also, so I could suggest that you can also go with the skill based, cognitive, behavioral, social, emotional, and you can work with that. Take these skills, okay, and incorporate the topics with them, and you can also send them for the volunteer jobs also. That is a very plus point with the senior children, with the grade 9, 10, 11, 12. This is what I said now, with the NGO work, in NGO collaboration work. So they are very good children to interact with the students, and to go and volunteer themselves to work and, in a very global community base, or any local community based work also. So you can start with that also, or maybe global dialogues, global dialogues or international collaboration. This is a very good group where it's very easy to make them aware and make them collaborate in, or make them you know interact in these points. So this is a very easy, and I can say very good age group to start this. So they, because they can think, they are already aware about many things, and they can search, they can create their own projects also.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the reply. Thank you, Miss Shubhangi Arya, for a very enriching, engaging, and informative session for our community of teachers today. I am sure that our teachers have got a lot of takeaways from this session. Thank you so much, all the participants, for engaging with us today. To register for more such a webinars, upcoming webinars, please visit my center. Thank you, ma'am, once again.